I wouldn't have spent more than 20 years in training if I had a good book to take correct information from. I invested more than half of my life studying taxes in Italy and taxes for expats living in Italy or moving to Italy, and still, I do have some questions uncovered. You're probably thinking I'm not professional enough, that I'm really bad at giving you insurance of having the best tax firm in Italy ever, and you're probably gonna say that you have doubts now about my real experience. The hard truth is rules in Italy keep on changing. I would say year in and year out. Every time there is someone else in charge as prime minister, they love to make rules, delete the older ones, and update the table with new ones. And this gives us, professionals and taxpayers, a lot of uncertainty. How can you plan your taxes ahead if there is almost nothing you can count on? Books and the internet in general cannot predict regulations. No one can. They cannot explain all the possible scenarios an expert may have to deal with, since every individual has his own fiscal picture, giving his history and his personal information. Books cannot say what happens if you make a certain mistake. They cannot provide any step-by-step guide for you to follow when you have foreign assets not so popular in the market. The books cannot give you any assurance about being eligible for a certain tax benefit, cannot certify anything personal related in order to secure your finances in the long run here in Italy. And the reason why of all the above is the way in Italy rules and regulations work, the civil law. This means that there is no practice to base on, except for the interpello, within a lot of the conditions. So what if you're the first one having a certain approach for a new tax event? A lot of times I discourage people from hiring a professional. I know, it sounds crazy because I run a business. Me, my company, or anyone else, it doesn't matter. Preparing taxes in advance and spending money to work on a tax strategy in Italy is not useful if our government keeps on changing so often. And very often, new rules are adapted along the years, moving details and rates in a certain spectrum. I'm thinking about, for example, the regime impatriati, born as, 50% off for just people with a degree only, and then updated to 90 or 70% off for almost everyone. I'm not asking you to trust Italy or the Italian Revenue Agency anyway. Okay, my goal here is to educate you and discover with you all the possible scenarios, pros and cons of any alternative plan you can bring on the table, or we can bring on the table together. A few months ago, I met a client on Zoom that decided to purchase a video course from a consulting tax firm, blah, 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 on the internet. It was around 1,000 or 2,000, I don't remember the package, okay? After a few weeks, that product turned to be just a bad investment since the rules have been changed by Giorgia Meloni and her team. And no money-back guarantee, by the way, from the vendor, as you can guess. So, as much as you're willing to prepare and set everything ready because it makes you feel prepared, it makes you feel safe, wait until the last minute. And don't get me wrong, okay? But just until you're very committed to moving to Italy, you have an agenda, you have a timeline, and your legal process is on the way. That's the right time for you to hire someone. And for a bespoke service, not for a one-fits-all video course, okay?